Welcome to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at James 3 tonight. It says, "Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For we all stumble in many ways, and if anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle his whole body. If we put bits into the mouths of horses so that they obey us, we guide their whole bodies as well. Look at the ships also. Though they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilots direct. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire! And the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among our members, staining the whole body, setting afire the entire course of life, and set afire by hell. For every kind of beast and bird and reptile and sea creature can be tamed and has been tamed by mankind, but no human can tame the tongue. It is restless, evil, full of deadly poison. With it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse people who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth comes blessing and cursing. My brothers, these things ought not to be. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and salt water? Can a fig tree, my brothers, bear olives, or a grapevine produce figs? Neither can a salt pond yield fresh water. Who is wise and understanding among you? By his good conduct, let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth. This is not the wisdom that comes from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. And a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace." James chapter 3. That's what we're looking at today. And the first part of that's talking about our mouth. Gets us into trouble a lot. Not always careful about what is said. And a lot of times things can come out that are very hurtful. And we see it on TV every day. Right now we're getting into election time, the caucuses. So now all these politicians are out running their yaps about different things. And a lot of them are saying some pretty stupid stuff, putting their foot right in their mouth. The same thing a lot of us do on a daily basis. Many times even running a business, being with your family. You're sitting there not thinking before you speak. And with that, you are tearing someone down. I mean, one thing with our mouth, with our tongue, we can either build people up or we can tear them down. And what way are you going? Are you using your mouth unwise? We'll go to the bottom part of James 3 when it's talking about wisdom. Are you using a mouth to create issue, to create strife, or are you using it to make peace? Are you using it to love one another? Are you using it to be compassionate? Are you using it to build up one another, to build each other and make each other stronger? How are you using that tongue? And these are things that we have to think about daily. I know I have to think about it daily, and I know for years I ran my mouth terribly. Said a lot of stupid things. And a lot of times it comes back and bites you because someone says, when you said this to me, you might not remember it. But if it was something bad, they're going to remember it. But at the same time, if you said something good to them, again, you may not remember because years have passed. They're going to remember that. Are you going to be the person that helps them, who lifts them up, who encourages them, who makes them a better person? Or are you going to be the one that is unwise and tears someone else down? Decisions that we have to make, things that we have to think about. What direction are we going to go? How are we going to move? Are we going to make something of ourselves that people respect and look up to, look forward to? Do they look forward to having a conversation with you because you say so many good things to help them move forward? Or when you walk in the room, they go, "Oh, really? They're here again?" How is it that people are looking at you? I try to do my best. I'm not saying that I probably still do it all right. In fact, there might be rooms that I walk into and people are like, "Really?" And of course, a lot of that is I probably end up talking too much. Need to learn to keep my mouth shut sometimes. Not that I'm always saying bad things, but, they say to be a better person, it's always better to listen than to talk. Being in my business, being in radio, doing different things, I seem to talk a lot. Of course, I was accused of talking a lot as a kid, too. As my dad would say, I could have never shut my mouth. My mouth went a mile a minute. But when you're running your mouth, what is coming out of it? What are you saying? And how are you treating others with what you're saying? James chapter 3, read it. Think about it. What's it saying to you? Is there something in there that you're thinking, wow, I really need to think that through? As a boss, as a parent, talking to your kids, talking to your employees, what are you saying to them that's helping them? What are you saying to them that could be tearing them down? Words are important. Words are more devastating than anything, because that's something that can be remembered. And when that's put in a person's mind, it's there for life. And it takes a lot to get over. I know I have lots of things that were said to me growing up. And lots of things that I try to unwind from. But my brain keeps going right straight to them. They always say forgive and forget. The thing is, you forgive. Forgetting is always that hardest part, because that's something you've got to work on every day. And really forgetting, it's not really forgetting. It's just being able to deal with it so it's not controlling you, not controlling your mind, not controlling your life. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.